You and I, we're in the City of Angels. We see a lot of celebrities post pictures of their kids on Instagram, and they cover their kids with emojis all the time. I feel like I've seen Sarah Michelle Gellar do it, who I love. I know that Orlando Bloom has done it in the past. They wanted to cover Daisy Bloom's face, and I know he has a son as well. But Meghan Markle's getting some criticism from the Daily Beast. With every terrible project, a little more of Archie and Lilibet slips into view. And the
Yeah.
Daily Beast says that because we were getting these new Netflix numbers today, which well, the Daily Beast claims they did, and Meghan could not reach the top 10. She's in like mid 30s when, her show was released last week and she couldn't reach the top 10. So the Daily Beast says that Meghan released these intimate photos of her children on the set, all covered up with emojis, to try to distract from the fact that season 2 was a flop. I don't have a problem with people putting emojis over their children's faces. I totally understand that. The world is so mean. But I agree with the Daily Beast that it's odd that Meghan only does it when she's trying to promote something. And the Daily Beast also points out that there's a real tug of war when it comes to Meghan and Harry demanding privacy and then giving us these, it's like, well, what do you want? Do you want privacy? Because she could go away and she would completely have it. Or are you going to post these pictures of your children with an emoji on their faces and maybe inspire real weirdos to really want to see what they look like because of the mystery? Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm looking at the post. This is the one that she posted on her feed, right? Where
Yeah.
it's kind of behind the scenes of the project.
Hmm.
Um, I have some friends that do the same thing that just don't, and they're not even very public. They just don't want their kids' faces on, or like, people on Bravo, right? Like just like reality stars that do this. I totally respect it. I don't do it myself because I, became a podcaster well into my parenthood. So my kids' faces were already out there. So, like,
Mm.
whatever at that point. But I respect it completely. But you're right. It's not necessary to put the back of their heads on there. It's not necessary to put the side of their heads. It's going to show that, like, you want to let people in, but you don't want to let them all in. And the whole thing is the privacy. But you can tell it started kind of with like the birthday posts. I feel like she's posted those birthday posts with the twerking in the hospital. It was around then. She did 3 or 4 birthday posts.
Yeah.
No one usually does more than one birthday post for their kid. She did
Right. It's
like
like, and, and
46.
and she didn't do that for Archie. She only did it for Lili. So
Isn't that weird?
you're like, what the hell? All I get is one picture of the back of my head in Mexico.
Here's another thing, and I'm just going to say this. This is how crazy people are. Like, you may not show their face, but they have very distinguishable hair color. They are not just brunette or blonde. They have this strawberry blonde hair color. It's a red hair, kind of like a little gingery,
Mhm.
obviously. We know where they live. I don't want to, like, I'm not giving anyone any ideas, but people are sick, right?
Yeah.
People know where they live, they know the area that they live. Obviously, they have probably security, they have guards, they whatever. But the boy, what's his name? Archie.
Archie, yeah.
Archie is wearing a t-shirt
Uh,
where you
yes.
can very easily see the soccer school that he goes to. And it's the same. Now, I live down in LA, they live up in Montecito area, but it's the same soccer school franchise my kids went to when they were young. You don't think that we could now figure out what time, where does that soccer school practice and which park? Oh
Right.
my God, be smart.
I know. That's what I'm saying. And the way that she posts just random parts of their faces, because sometimes they're off to the side. Also, like I always forget, and I need to make this my first point, but the children are seen throughout the Harry and Meghan docuseries, the commercially successful Harry and Meghan docuseries for Netflix. They are hidden or not included in everything else, but they are clearly visible during that original docuseries. And maybe the justification was that they were small, but with AI as fierce as it is today, and with just the way that they use the technology, if a child goes missing, how they'll have those posters that are like what that child could look like today. The technology exists that somebody could piece together what these kids look like. It's almost just, it's just, I guess the Daily Beast is trying to say, don't buy the hype. It's not that she's trying to be private. She's using the mystery to elevate her own brand or potentially try to lure another payday from somebody by saying, yeah, give me the new Netflix gig and you'll actually have access to the kids. And on the flip side of that, there's Prince Harry that we know is very private and doesn't want that.
Yeah, it's interesting. I wonder if they have conversations about it. I wonder if there's arguments about it. I wonder if Harry, doesn't even like the fact that the boy's face is even partially covered. Um, Again, these pictures of the kids were all taken in one day. The kids are, I mean, at least the boy is wearing the same shirt in both the pictures of this feed. Again, the shirt is so distinguishable. You can Google the soccer school. I mean, I still can't get over that.
I
And by
know.
the way, if I was at soccer school, I would be like, oh, we just hit like the
Free
lottery.
press. Yeah,
I
exactly. We didn't
mean,
even
it's
have to
like
pay for that sponsored post.
I am sure they feel like, what did we do to deserve this amazingness? But
Yeah.
yeah, I just the kid thing is so interesting to me. And whose choice is it? And when do you draw the line? And where do you draw the line? And it's like rip off the band-aid and just show them, or don't show them at all.
It's just figure it out. This piece by Tom Sykes says all of it underscores Meghan's widely contradictory approach to privacy. One of her major complaints to Oprah was that she and Harry were put under pressure to serve our children up on a silver platter to the media, yet now their images keep popping up oddly whenever there's a product to push or a narrative to reset. And I watched her show because it's my job, and I wouldn't say there were moments where it's supposed to be like family, but there aren't kids there. Like, there in the episode where she's planning a child's party with Mindy Kaling and there are no kids. I mean, it is just so weird. It's hard to get over, and you don't digest it as like a family or kids show, but she's really pushing the mommy kid thing right now again. And how does that relate to selling jam or rosé? I guess moms like rosé. I guess I do. Do you get the connection, or am I missing something?
I think she's just trying to come off as wholesome, relatable, likable mommy. That's the crafts, right? It's all about the crafts that she's doing. It's a craft show. It's an arts and crafts show with a little bit of food thrown in.
Yeah.
I
Oh
mean,
my
I'm
god.
surprised there's not macaroni necklaces in every episode.
I mean, that's something that would be way more relatable than anything else.
Paper mache.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yes. Yes. Show us
I
that.
mean, they should just do like a, dot to dot, or
Mhm.
like a coloring book.
Yeah.
Honestly, I would rather there just be an episode with her and one person just sitting and doing a coloring book over a glass of wine and talking.
That's
Like that
hilarious.
would be more interesting.
I would watch the hell out of that as long as it's not Jamie Kern Lima.
Hi. Um, I I I know that what I find very interesting is I got a lot of comments when I used a clip from when you did my show when we talked about the Chrissy Teigen train wreck, which got horrendous press, by the way. It wasn't just us talking about it and people talking about it. It was like actual press picked up on that train wreck of a show, and mostly Chrissy's just ridiculousness with the birthday debacle. But people were saying that, but season, like the people that were coming back were like, but season two is a whole different vibe than season one. Didn't they shoot this all at one
They
round?
did. They did, but I will tell you that I do believe that they tried to edit it a little bit different. I mean, I
In what way?
not 100, not 100%, because I did notice that Meghan never hesitates to compliment herself. Like she'd
Oh,
take a bite of her food and then go, "That's just so good," and it doesn't it smell yummy in here. So she constantly compliments herself, but they allowed her to lean more heavily on the experts versus being the expert. And I think that was editing. I don't think it
oh,
was less about, I don't think she took any, personally took any notes and executed anything differently because they were shot back to back. I think an editor said, I think the first trailer that we saw for season one, it's like everyone complimenting her. And oh, this is like the most magical day. Mindy Kaling says that. Whereas on the second trailer, you see Meghan say to somebody, I'm so glad you're here to teach me this. Like, humble
Mm.
is a stretch, but they were trying to make her look more thankful and eager to be learning from other people. And
That's
I
an
just
interesting thought. Yeah, it's very interesting. That would make her like bring her down a notch.